With so many different options out there for treasurer's software to help manage your PTO's money, where do you even begin? Like, how do you even pick the very best program for your group to use? Well, I'm actually going to be breaking all of that down in today's video, so I hope you will stay tuned for all these great tips. The first thing you need to take into consideration when you're choosing a software to help manage your group's money is, of course, the ease of use of the program. If you have a program that's like super complicated and takes a long time to learn and isn't intuitive, well, then that's probably not going to be the best choice for your group, because if you, let's say you have one treasurer who has a lot of extra time to commit to learning that system, but you're kind of hemming all of your other treasurers into also using that same system too, and they just might not have the same amount of free time. So you really want to choose a system that is going to be easy to use and doesn't take a lot of training to figure out and stuff like that, because you really just don't have time for that. So why even start out with something complicated in the first place, right? So you want to look at something that you can start up using really quickly and has a low learning curve. So like I said, something that's intuitive, that has like features that kind of auto update for you, for example, is a program that's a really great choice. The next factor you want to take into consideration is if the program is easy to transfer. Is the incoming treasurer going to have to set up the entire program again? Can you just change or hand over the password and the email login? Is it tied directly to your personal email? Then you probably don't want to be doing that. But you want to make sure that it is easy to transfer. One of the biggest headaches that groups run into is if they are using just like an Excel program, or maybe even Quicken, a Quicken type program, where it relies on either someone having a PC or a Mac, but it isn't interchangeable. Like, you definitely want to be looking for a program that can be used by any type of computing system. Otherwise, you're just going to have to pay for the program again, and I really don't think that's a good use of your group's money. And I'm sure that you really want to be spending money on programs directly for the students, staff, and school, and not on administrative overhead for this financial management system, right? So look for something that can be used interchangeably between people who have different computer types, because this has definitely come up in my group before. Like I just mentioned, you want to look for a program that doesn't add to the overhead of your group. And so what I mean about when I talk about overhead, I mean like those sunk costs that your group has to pay every year to use the various services. You definitely do not need to go with a program that costs hundreds of dollars every year. There's a great alternative that is a one-time cost that you will get lifetime updates to. I'm going to share the information with you later on in this video, so stick around to see what that recommendation is. But bottom line is, your group does not have to be spending hundreds of dollars every year. If you are, like I said, look for that recommendation, because I'm going to save you a bundle. Consistent updates and added benefits and features is something that you really want to be looking for in a program. So you want to look for a program that offers consistent updates, because things change. Even better, you want to look for a program that offers free updates, because after all, if you've already invested in their program, you should get the updates for free, in my opinion. The last thing you should be looking for in treasurer software is a program that allows you to generate various reports for free. Now, a word about reports. You don't need every single financial report known under the sun. Yes, your PTO is kind of like a business. It totally is a business, in fact, but that doesn't mean that you need all the different complicated reports that a CPA would need, for example. It might be nice to have those things, but you really don't need them, and that's just adding to the complicated nature of the program. It's going to take you longer to figure it out if you are not a CPA or not familiar with accounting software. And so I really just think that you can keep it simple and choose a program that has easy to understand reports that work for both you as treasurer, but also inform your group members as well, because that's the entire point of reports. If the financial reports are so complicated that you're spending half your meeting trying to explain them to people, or you find that your fellow volunteers and leaders are having lots of questions, then that might be a sign that they're a little too complicated for their own good. So steer clear of super complicated programs like that. Okay, and so now I promised you that I would end with a recommendation for the very best treasurer's financial management software out there. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I really encourage you to check out the Treasurer's Finance Manager. Yes, I am biased because it is available in my shop, but it is available in my shop because I saw a need out there. I saw that groups were spending hundreds of dollars every year on programs that they didn't really need. And I thought, oh, you could spend far less. And so I actually had this program developed. The neat thing about this program is that it is a one-time cost, meaning you pay one time and you get access to lifetime updates as long as your email still works. I will send you updates, and it features all of the reports that you will need to do your monthly reports, as well as keep committee chairs and fellow leaders up to date with the financial status of your group. And it has a really low learning curve. There are lots of features in it that make it super easy for anyone to use, even someone like me who's a little numbers challenged. Now, I know I've shared that with you before, and don't be afraid, I personally did not develop this program. So I turned to an Excel wizard to make that happen, and he put in all these awesome formulas. And the one thing that I absolutely love is that when you update the transaction register with either your income or expenses, it auto updates the field in the budget report. So that means that as you're entering all the checks that you paid out for the month, your year-to-date budget line automatically updates. You don't have to hit run report. It does it automatically for you. So it's super, super awesome. The other thing that you will absolutely love, and one thing that I found so necessary, is that you can use this program with a Mac or a PC. It's just super easy to use. So I encourage you to go check it out. You can grab your copy and also learn a little bit more about why this program is the right one for your group at ptoanswers.com/treasurers-finance-manager. I'm going to drop a link in the comments so you can just follow that below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.